Okay, these are the tools you're going to need for this project. Let me just show you the materials outside of the wood that you're going to need for this project. You're going to need some glue, some exterior glue. I like this Tight Bond 2. It's a premium wood glue. It's good for outside stuff. You're also going to need some nails. Because we're using 2x4s for the legs, you're going to need 2.5-inch. But these should be exterior nails. These are not. These are interior nails. I don't have any exterior nails. So I'm just going to use the interior nails. I'll probably redo the nails later. But you're going to need, don't forget, your exterior nails in 2.25. You're also going to need some drill bits. Let me show you. Some drill bits and things like that to make your holes and screw in your nails. You're going to need your drill. And because we're using such rough wood as fencing, it's going to be nice to sand down the tabletops for this project. So you're going to need a sander. And you can do this with your hand and a hand sander. It goes so much faster with a power sander. And believe me, these are cheap. If you go out and get one, you won't regret it, and you'll use it for other projects. Believe me, I'm sure you will. Once you start doing this stuff, you get bitten. You want to make another thing and another thing and another thing. So, yeah, a power sander is really good. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, you guys, I'm out of my garage, and I've laid out how the front of the frame of the table for one side here, and I'll show you what I did. Now, you know, we have one 2x4 in 23-inch length, and there's another one on this side, and the cross sides are 15 inches. And there's one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a tabletop that goes on top, and then we're going to make a shelf that goes on the bottom. So with the tabletop, we're going to have the edge all the way around with this 2x4. And then we'll just have two 2x4s to hold the shelf on this project. So what I'm going to do is, let me put you on the tripod here so you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure, you're going to need your tape, where we're going to put these holes so we can start drilling the holes into the wood so that when we put the nails in, it won't split the wood. So first thing first, you're going to line up the top 2x4 so that it's square with the top. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay? And then we're going to measure down 1 inch. Measure down 1 inch here, put a mark, and 2.5 inches, and put a mark here. And we're actually going to put the nails 1 inch high. So we're going to put a mark there at 1 inch. About there, and 1 inch about there. So that's going to tell us where we're going to put our nail. So it goes straight in the center of the other one. Now for this one on this side, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to show you this side. This one, this ledge starts 12 inches down. So we're just going to line the board up 12 inches from the top here. And then we're just going to make a nice mark so that we know where that 12-inch line is. Let me use my square to do that. So we know our ledge is going to be 12 inches from the top. And then we're just going to put our nails in from that point, 1 inch down. Just make another measurement from there. So see where that line is. So we're going to make a measurement 1 inch down. And 2.5 inches down. The top, and then we're going to go from the top, we're going to go 1 inch down from the top. From here, that's exactly where your nail is going to go. And 1 inch here. Okay, so you're going to drill those in on both sides and attach the tabletop together. I'll be right back and I'll show you how that looks. Okay guys, I got my wood all clamped to my work surface. I didn't mention these clamps as a need, but they're very, very helpful in your project. So if you have some clamps, please use those. And I'm going to drill our holes right into the places that we've marked here. And I'm using a 9/64 drill bit here. So just line it up, make sure it's going in and not out. And just start drilling down. These are just starter holes, so you don't have to go all the way through the wood. And I'm going to do that for the other side. Okay, you guys, I got part of the leg just clamped into here. First, let me preface by saying I am no carpenter by any stretch of the imagination, so I do things that work. So I do not do things in carpenter grade way. So please know that I am a DIY person, and so I just try to make it work. So if you have something that holds this the best way possible, mine is my table. So I have that here. I've drilled my holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this leg up as we did before with the top square. There we have it. Okay. And I have my 2 nails. So we're just going to drill that in. There you go. The first one will go in and it'll make it stable so you can square out the next one. So I'm going to put that one in there. And square that one in and put that in there. There we have it. Now I made them go in just a little bit because they are not exterior nails. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some silicone caulk and caulk those holes so that water can't get in and rust out the nails, so I don't have to change the nails out. So that's the first piece. Okay, now that you put this first piece on, you have created some stability for you to work. And I forgot about the glue. Definitely put some glue in between the pieces. So not going to worry about that one too much. Not too much because you don't want it to seep all over the place. Just enough. Spread it out. Then you're going to line up your line. And if you want to remeasure at this point, that would be fine as well. Let's remeasure so we make sure it's exactly 12 inches down. And then you're just going to drill those holes in there. Okay, that's 12 inches. And we're ready to drill our holes in that way. 2 holes, we got the glue. Here we go. And as I said, once that first one is in, you can better square up the next one. There you go. And then don't go so fast on your drill. Take your time. Drill bit skipping out of the nail. There you go. Went in a little bit so that we can put that silicone in. So there we have it. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side and get the base completed. I'll be right back. Okay guys, now that I got both of the side frames done, we're going to put in the front crossing on the top. And I have the 2x4s. I'm going to use this one as a stabilizer here. It's not going to move, it's not going to do anything, and I'm going to clamp that down. It's just going to make sure that the second piece stays the right height. Let's bring this down just a little bit more. Now I'm just going to lay this, I'm putting my piece on the inside to maintain the width that I want. So I'm going to put this on the inside just like that. Do not forget your glue. The glue is the most important part of your project in terms of keeping it together. The nails just holds it in place. So first let's do our measurements here. Again, we're going to stick with the same thing as we've done before. We're going to measure down 1 inch. Sorry, I'm getting my pencil. We're going to measure down 1 inch and use that as our base for where the nails will be. And then we're going to put the nails at 1 inch and 2.5 inches. Okay, so let's get our drill and we'll put the holes in there. And I'm going to drill the starter holes in, put the glue on the bottom, and drill my nails in, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to attach the other side to that one post that we just put up. And you see it right there. We're just going to attach that there, and then I'll be back. Okay, our table base is done. Now we just got to put the tabletop on it and our shelf. What we're going to do is we're going to use this wood here, which is our fencing. Now, if you go to Lowe's, they will cut your fencing for you, but I'm going to cut mine. And it is going to be 17 inches to cover and just have a little bit of overhang. But I'll be back and I'll let you know exactly. Okay, our table base is done. It is very sturdy. You know how kids sit on furniture? That's why I chose to use 2x4s, because it's very sturdy. I actually put some nails on the outside of the board over here. Right here, because we have the 2 nails on the inside. I put another one on the outside on each side just to make it sturdy. This thing is rock solid. So yeah, there you go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the tabletop, and we're going to use fencing. And I've chosen to use cedar fencing. And you're going to cut those, or have Lowe's cut those to 19.5 inches. That will enable you to have more, like a little hang, a 1/2 inch hang on each side. So I'm going to cut those, but I have a circular saw, so that's easy for me. But if you don't, just ask Lowe's to cut them. Just have your dimensions ready. They'll cut all this wood for you, so you don't have to cut anything. All you have to do is drill the holes into and put your screws in. So let me cut those up, and I will be right. Cut and sand. You got to sand those too. You don't have to necessarily sand the bottom, but definitely sand the top and the edges, because that's some really rough wood. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I got the boards all cut and sanded. Very nice and smooth. They look like this. They have a little overhang on both sides, here and in the front. What I'm going to do now is line them up, glue them, and screw them on so they'll be ready to go. And we have the 4 down here. One thing though, with the dimensions of my table, I had to make one of the boards a little bit smaller than the others, and this one measured out at 4 inches in width so that it fits under the bottom, and it fits quite nicely. So if you want to have your cutter, your Lowe's Millsman, cut that at 4 inches, because these are 5.5, so you need 4 for the top, 2 for the bottom, and 1 4-inch for the bottom. So 6 at 19.5, and then 1 at 19.5 by 4. So yeah, I'm going to screw those on, and I'll be back with the final product. Okay, you guys, our table is done. It is nice and give y'all different angles. It's very sturdy. You can, if you're going to make it this season, just leave it like this for this season, and next season I would paint it. But I wouldn't paint it this season. One thing I want to tell you is, in your slats, try to leave a little room here so that the wood can expand and shrink. That way you don't get buckling in your table. Your table's pretty flat. It'll hold your tea, drinks, beers, and underneath you can hold other stuff, your extras. So pretty functional, really nice. I really like it. I hope you guys like it too. Thanks. Bye.